So in a previous video, I showed you how you can easily load fonts from within Adobe fonts, but not all of the fonts in the world are on Typekit or Adobe fonts. So what we need to also know how to install and use fonts from other places on the web. So over here, I have a whole bunch of suggested or pre-approved fonts that you could use, and I'm going to go to this one called Archaea. Here you see they have a free download for the regular font, or pay what you want for the complete family. So I like this website because it is accessible to students. I have paid what I want for different font families, depending on how I feel like I'm going to use them, but I'm just going to go ahead and download this. Now it says pay with a share or pay with a tweet. I really like this font Neue Machina, and I think I'm going to try to use it. So on Behance, they usually give you a bit of a font specimen, so you can kind of go through and see how it's used. You can see all the different weights that are available and how they look. Okay, so I have entered my email, I've downloaded the files, and they're here on my machine. So I'm just going to extract them. And then I'm going to open them up, go into this one and select all of the fonts, right click, and go install. So now if I go into InDesign and I go to character and I check to see if that's here, you can see it shows up. But if yours doesn't show up, you may need to close InDesign and restart it. Now all of the fonts that I posted here, they are free, but they're free with varying conditions. For example, some of them are free with a social share on either a tweet or on Facebook. It is kind of annoying to be sharing things like this all the time, but if that's the price that it costs to get a really well-designed, beautiful font. So I have like a throwaway Facebook account that I use to just post out those things, and I don't have any followers on it. So you can do something like that. They also have like a pay what you want, and that is usually starting around 5 or 10 euros. This would be if you're like tested a font and you're really serious about using it and you feel like you want to invest in a good font. $10 is not very much money to choose for a font. Oftentimes a really professional font can cost in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So it's up to you if you feel like going to this next step. In this case, you would get all of the weights in this family for 10 euros. But most of the fonts that I posted are available for free download. For example, if we go to Geomanist, there's always a few little conditions to do, but it's not a big deal. And I think it's worth it for the ability to use a really great font.